What do a cyborg's cat run over by a taxi, the notorious Unabomber, with two-way mirrors have in common? This was real. They are all connected.
To the darkest, most illegal experiment the US government ever ran. You think mind control is just science fiction? Think again.
In the 1950s, the Cold War was at its peak. Fearing that the Soviets had mastered brainwashing, the CIA launched Project MKUltra. Its goal? To develop drugs and procedures to control human behavior and create the ultimate truth serums.
Some secrets are never truly buried. They wait in the shadows.
A secret program was launched. Its goal was to study human behavior and develop powerful truth techniques. The man running it was Sidney Gottlieb, a scientist to mysterious programs. Under his command, the CIA spent millions funding over 150 sub-projects at universities, hospitals, and prisons, often without the subjects having any idea what was happening to them. You've probably heard of the CIA testing LSD, but I guarantee you haven't heard how they did it. Enter Operation Midnight Climax. The CIA actually set up secret safe houses in San Francisco and New York. They decorated the bedrooms with French can-can dancer posters and installed hidden two-way mirrors. CIA employed women lured unsuspecting men to these rooms and slipped mysterious substances into their drinks. While the men hallucinated, agents sat behind the mirrors, sipping drinks on the government's dime, observing their behavior. But drugs weren't their only obsession. The CIA also America's most famous performer, John Mulholland. He was asked to create a guide for special performance techniques. Hidden techniques, they also built unusual spy gadgets. They created hidden tools disguised as everyday objects. Real spycraft required absolute secrecy. They created a modified paper-mate pen with a hypodermic syringe to assassinate Fidel Castro, and a silver dollar coin containing a hidden suicide pin for U-2 spy pilots. But the craziest? Acoustic Kitty. The CIA surgically altered a live cat, wiring it with transmitting devices and using its tail as an antenna to turn it into a walking microphone. On its very first test run in a park, the result? The multi-million-dollar spy cat wandered off and was immediately run over by a taxi.
Here is where the story goes from weird to absolutely chilling. What happens when you mentally torture people? You create monsters.
A prisoner volunteered for what he believed was a medical treatment, but the experience became something far more disturbing. The experience lasted over a year. Bulger later wrote that he thought he was going insane, stating the government committed a greater crime on him than he ever did. And it gets worse. In 1959, a young, brilliant student at Harvard University was recruited for a psychological experiment run by Henry Murray, a researcher with CIA ties. The experiment involved 3 years of brutal psychological torment and humiliation. That student's name? Ted Kaczynski, who would later become the deadly domestic terrorist known as the Unabomber. Perhaps the most horrifying experiments happened in Canada. Under MKUltra Sub-Project 68, Dr. Ewan Cameron used psychic driving.
Patients were paralyzed with drugs like curare, put into comas, and forced to listen to a single audio message looped up to 500,000 times. The goal was to completely shatter their memories and rebuild their personalities from scratch. Frank Olson, a US Army scientist. After being secretly dosed with LSD by Sidney Gottlieb's team,
Olson suffered a breakdown and plunged to his death from the 10th floor of a New York hotel. Though called a suicide, his family fought for decades to uncover the truth. In 1973, the CIA ordered all MKUltra files destroyed to tell this terrifying tale. If the government was doing this 70 years ago, what do you think they are experimenting with today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If this blew your mind, hit that like button, share this video with a friend who loves history, and subscribe for more dark truths. Until next time, stay curious
question everything.